I think I have all my shares out, so I should be ready to go. Get this thing going. That's weird. It switched to the scene before the transition animated. Strange. Oh well. Hi Bearded, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Let me get some things set up over here real quick. Get this set up. Let's see here. I've got my laptop up today, so I'm going to be monitoring chat way over there instead of the usual. I work out, see how it works anyways, you know, make sure I can see everything and hopefully it'll work out. Get these windows adjusted over here so I can still see my stream stats over there just in case. And here we are in beautiful Memphis again. I logged in and it was a little stormy. Also, I logged into VATSIM, but there was a controller on in Memphis Tower, but they're not there now. So I don't really see much point because there's not a lot of traffic around here, so I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM before it even gets started. And we're just going to take the flight like I normally do. It'll be considered a practice run. Something like that. Anyway, let's climb aboard. Oh goody, sound bug again. We will go ahead and... What did I do with my volume controls? My mixer... Yeah, just turn that down for now so that it doesn't bother me too much. Let's see here. And I don't need this up. I want to get my... I've been working on a CRJ 700 checklist off of some YouTube videos that I've been watching. And I do kind of want to use that a little bit, not everything, but you know, just a few things to check and make sure, you know. It's not quite done yet. I've only gotten through some of the first several stages of checks, so there's that. First things first, I'm gonna go to my flight plan over here and get my weight information, which I really wish this thing would save the brightness setting that I put it on so that it wouldn't be so dang bright. So, what's our zero fuel weight today? 27547. And our fuel is... gotta back up to 3774. That's good there. We'll set payload in simulator twice. For some reason it doesn't set it the first time or something, I think. Or maybe it only sets one thing at a time? I don't know. But I usually have to push that set payload and simulator button twice at least, and then it doesn't do anything else, so I think that's good. Alright. Let's do our usuals. Gonna turn on that. We got ground power. We'll turn on the nav light. Let me check the checklist real quick here. Yeah, I can go ahead and turn on that. Parking brakes. Packs are off. Gonna turn that to on. And those to arm. It's kind of dark today, so I'm gonna turn on the overhead integrated lighting. Turn on the integrated lighting on the pedestal. Turn down brightnesses a little bit. Parking brakes set. We'll go ahead and turn on the IRSs and set the stab trims. Turn out the master warning lights. We'll set the lights over here on and the lights over there on. Turn on the traffic. Oh, can't turn that on yet. There we go. The little hash marks around the nav display on the inner circle indicate that the TCAS should be on. So that's good. We're on FMS1 there. We're in HPAs and we're gonna set the local altimeter for Memphis at 3002. Which, according to my chart, there's the airport elevation. That chart's sideways. There we go. I'll zoom in. Airport elevation. It should be up here somewhere. Ah, there's 341. Looks to be around 300, so that's good. All checks out. Let's see, gotta go ahead and set the 3002 on the standby instrument. And we'll set it over here on the other side. Let's see. I haven't flown this in a couple of days, so I'm trying to remember all of the steps here. Make sure that that weather radar is off. That's in standby. I think that's everything good there so far. We're gonna go ahead and program our FMS system. Let's see here. Flight plan. It's a fairly short trip today, Memphis to New Orleans. So we just want to make sure that our database is still the correct active database for 2nd of October. The database is valid through the 7th of October, so that's all still good. We're going to go ahead and do our position in it. Set our airport as KMEM, which gives us the relative position. Go to the next page, copy the GLONASS position, go back, paste that in there. How it works for that. We can go over here, set this for Memphis, and this will be for Louis Armstrong. I hit the wrong key apparently. Oh, come on. MSY. There we go. Louis Armstrong. Our alternate today is going to be... where is it? Where's the alternate? KJ and Jackson. That's right. KJAN. Our departing runway. Give me one sec here. Going out on 18 Center, which is right behind us. Just about. We're flying under a flight number KW, and we're using my numbers 6978 today because this is actually not a real world flight. I have been flying these flights that are in the CRJ 700 around the country, and they've all been real world flights, but today I flew into Memphis from Chicago O'Hare, and when I looked up real world flights from Memphis in the CRJ 700, the only flights that went out on a CRJ 700 were back to Chicago O'Hare, and I really didn't want to go back there. Just not right now, you know. Go ahead and hit execute. Our departure on runway 18 Charlie is going to be the Pipey 6 departure with the Ibify transition. And we'll execute that. Go to the departure arrival index. We're expecting runway 11 in New Orleans. Should be a nice arrival. It does kind of go by the water there. So passengers on the left side of the plane will be able to get a good view of the, I forget what that body of water is called right next to New Orleans. Anyway, we're arriving on the rhythm for arrival through MCB. And we'll execute that. Go back to the flight plan. Let's see a discontinuity there, and then vectors. And okay. So I want to look at my departure charts. Make sure that I have the waypoints for the departure on this one. There we go. Gaidek, Sander, Emmett, and then it should go to BB, and then Pipey, and then IB5. And then we've got a discontinuity because that's the end of our star, or SID, and then that's the beginning of our star. It doesn't know that there's nothing in between. According to my flight plan, there's nothing in between, so we're just going to take the MCB, which is the transition on the star, and put it over the discontinuity to get rid of that. Execute that. And then I'll go over to my star charts. Check this out. Where is MCB? There it is, MCB to Zidco, so that's right there. And from Zidco, it goes to foils, then rhythm, then oisty. This doesn't have any descent information on it, so I guess it's free descent from top of descent. I'll figure out what the first altitude is on the ILS chart. It's 4,000, so our altitude there should be 4,000. I'll set to 4,000 when we're you know, heading there and just about to set for descent, doing the setup for descent and stuff. So let's see, Rayop is that waypoint, and then New Orleans runway 20. Expect vectors to final approach course. Okay. So from the end of the star, we'll vector around and come into the ILS 11 approach. Has a discontinuity. That's where our vectors are. We're gonna have to turn from our vector, because if we don't, we'll overfly the airport. We have to turn and head out to the west a bit, and then turn back around and come in. I think I'll add some waypoints here because it looks like the initial approach fix is actually Voodoo. VOODO, and that goes before Turtle, and that should be good. We've got 4,000 at Turtle, 4,000 or above, and then Mud Beachy at 2,000, and that should be where we capture the glide slope. And there should be another waypoint in between there, but I don't think we need it, so I'll ignore that. We have the missed approach information. That looks good to me. Let's see here. I think I've got all the pages set. Hopefully this will be a nice, easy flight and no major issues with the landing or anything. I don't expect. Heading 180. Okay, let's go over here. Flip that and do this. And then we'll go back over here. We're going to go back through, check all the waypoints. It looks like the first waypoint it has selected is the 860 out. That's our vectors coming out of the airport. And then from there we go to the Gadek, then Xander, Emit, Baby, Pipey, Ibufi, and then we're on the star from there, which will be MCB, Zidco, Foils, Rhythm, Oisty, and Rayop. And then from Rayop, it's expecting vectors. And the vectors go around to Voodoo. And then from Voodoo, we come back into Turtle. Mudbug, I guess. And, oops, it also skips the last waypoint there for some reason. Kind of weird, but it's okay. I'll go ahead and turn this back to the way it was. Go back to the flight plan over here. While we're doing this next step, we're going to go ahead and turn on the APU. Start that. Performance init. Our cruise altitude. Let me get my flight plan back up so I can see what my cruise altitude was going to be. 36,000. So let's see, can I do F360? Yes. And then optionally you can input all this other information for the passenger weight, cargo weight, and fuel individually here if you wanted to. But since I've already inputted over here, all I have to do is copy the performance init data to FMS. And that fills it all in automatically. Oh, look at that. We have 69 passengers today. What is up? I can't read that name. It's black. Apocryphile. Yeah, Pac, how are you doing? It's good to see you. We'll check the next page. We can input wind data here for our climb, cruise, and descent if you wish to, but it's not generally necessary. We'll set for our departure at 2140. Estimated time of departure. And that gives us 44 minutes. Wait, what time is it? I don't know. That doesn't look like it's right. Because that's supposed to be the ETA, which is supposed to be the time, but 44:26 is not a right time. Peculiar. Check that our trans altitude is right. Cruise altitude and speed. And target descent altitude and speed. And let's see. I wish I could get my pilot's license for real, but it's too darn expensive. I've done a bit of flight sim, but not really in depth until like this past year. I think that's everything I need to set up here. Let me check the radio real quick. No, I don't want that. Hang on. Take that and put that there. Put our airline code in there, so there, and there. And I think that's it. Oh, I need to set my V speeds as well. Laps. Looks like it hasn't started raining yet, even though it could start raining any old time. I'm gonna set my heading for the runway heading, which is... It's on the flags, I think. Yeah, 180. Part south, we're set for altitude at 36,000. And that's good. We'll turn on flight director, speed mode, and heading mode for starters. I think that's everything I need here right now. So we should be ready to go ahead and get the plane pushed back and start it up. We double check here. Yeah. Go ahead and let's see, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, the doors are open. So let's go ahead and take the chocks out, close up all the doors, cabin lights are on.
Captain, the cabin is secure, all passengers are aboard.
There we go. Move the ground cart, all these are closed. That's good, that's good. Okay. I'm gonna get the pushback tug over here. Yeah, Apoc, I really wish I could get my pilot's license for real. That would be really, really fun. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to actually fly. Got that on. I can go ahead and turn these on to heat up the windows. Watch this thing, and it hops over to the side there. That means it's actually connected. You can go ahead and release the parking brakes and start reversing it. Oh no. Connection looks like it's going bad. There it goes. Drop down into the 2000 bit rates there for a second. Normally I would be starting the engine right now, but I want to concentrate on the pushback. Get the plane all situated on the tarmac here, and then we can worry about getting the engine started. So that's good. Hit the parking brake and stop pushback, and get back inside here. What's this say? Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a commercial pilot, but I think it would be a cool skill to have. Yeah, definitely. Hi SK, how are you doing today? We're going off to New Orleans from Memphis, Tennessee. Let's see. Don't think I need that anymore right now. And we'll go ahead and check everything one last time. I can go ahead and turn on my ATC info. There's really no point to turning on the radars. And I think that's all good. We're going to turn on the beacons. Passenger lights should have been seatbelt on already. Turn on these fuel boost pumps. Open the isolation valve, recirculating fan, and go ahead and start the engines. Whoops, other way. There we go. Those should have been on already too. Okay, we can come down here and watch the engine spool up on here. And when it gets to that magic 20 number, I'm gonna hit that and pull up the throttle for that engine. Settle it back in there, and that should let it spool up. That engine's up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the yaw dampers now. I remember it. And then come up here and turn on the other engine. Same process for that. Let's see, I don't think I need that. I need a chart for the airport over here. I'm trying something a little different today. I have my laptop set over here with my chat and everything on it. Trying to watch my chat that way, but it's a little bit too far out of my view, and I have to turn my head like way over here to get to it. So it's kind of hard to see. I might try something different, like putting my charts on the laptop instead. But I don't know. Let's see, I need to put my plane on the chart so I can see where I am. Oh, forgot to turn that up. That's good. Gonna arm the reversers. What else do we have? The engines are started, so we can close off the APU. Turn that pack on. Turn that on. That. Come on. I think that's everything for now. Go ahead and turn on the dome light so I can see if it gets too dark. We got seatbelts on, reverser's arm, parking brake is on, seatbelts. Oh, I forgot to set the landing elevation. Give me just one moment here to find it. It would be on this chart. Airport elevation. Maybe not. Maybe it's on the airport chart. 4 feet. Never mind, the airport elevation is fine. At 0. Because New Orleans is very low to sea level. Let's see, we're gonna set our spoilers to 8. There we go. That should be good. I swear I'm forgetting something, but there's no messages up there telling me what I'm forgetting, so I think everything's good. Let's get a move on here. Okay, we're gonna taxi via... Oh no, oh no. Hi Colonel Fork, how are you doing today? Welcome in. We're flying CRJ from Memphis to New Orleans today. Good to see you here. What's up? Go ahead and hold my brakes. Got taxi lights on, right? Yeah. Waiting on a pizza. Oh, that sounds good. And I think we're good to roll out. Got my heading set, my altitude set. Display says takeoff config okay, so that's good. When I logged in here at Memphis, it was lightning a little bit. That's why our stream title is Stormy Weather. Thought it was gonna stay stormy, but apparently it didn't. I think it's clearing up right now. We're gonna take Charlie here, which should be this taxiway. Hate that sound bug. I can't wait to get rid of that. CRJ is doing amazing, Colonel Fork. I love this plane. I heard so many people talking about it being a difficult plane, but I've taken to it quite quickly and I really like it. You know, there's a few things I don't know how to do. I'm still working on a checklist for it. I actually found a YouTube series of videos by a guy who I guess is a real-world CRJ pilot. And I'm watching through those videos and taking notes and making my own checklist off that. It's a little bit too much of a checklist for the sim, but you know, some people like to go through like all of the procedures even though they aren't all necessary for sim flying. I've got an entire section in the checklist of exterior inspection stuff that you could do, but you know, you don't have to do that stuff. Okay, to slow down here, we're going to turn. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff. Not there. It'll be this next one. Okay. APU is closed. Everything looks good for takeoff, so hopefully I said everything right. Let me get this taken off and then we can do chatting, something, maybe. Okay. Check for engine balance. Looks good. Flap set, and release. Toga power. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Oop, up a little more. Positive rate, gear up. Gonna set our autopilot now. Let it climb. And we're good. We can set nav. And flaps away. And here in a minute after takeoff, we should lose that engine sound that I'm hearing. That sounds like either a ground power unit or I don't know what it sounds like, but yeah. No, Slendy, I don't know French. I'm sorry to say. Not a bad habit to have the full checklist. Yeah, that's true. Right on. I haven't taken it up yet since getting it on sale. I'm more of a GA Warbird flyer, but Fabio made it look interesting to learn something out of my normal comfort zone. Me neither. That's funny, Slendy. Ooh, there is some lightning up ahead here. Okay, we're over 5,000. Let me go ahead and slide this back into climb here. And we'll go ahead and turn the speed up. Should have probably done that already. We're gonna get it up to 250 and oh yes. That sound finally went off so I can turn my game sound back up. Get this over here. Whoops, not there. There we go. Now I can actually hear the plane running. Yeah, I've got this weird sound bug where I hear some kind of an engine. It starts usually while I'm on the ground, and then after I take off, it goes away, and everything is fine. I can disarm the reversers. I don't need those anymore right now. We're climbing. That looks good. You can actually turn on the weather radar, but I don't think it actually does anything. It'd be interesting if we did turn it on and it showed like all this weather that's around us right now, but every time I turn it on, it doesn't do anything. And I don't know if any of these buttons do stuff or what. But I'll just leave it off for now. Let's see here. We're crossing over 10,000, so... Ooh, I forgot to turn on the other landing lights. Oopsie. That's probably not good. Got the probes on. Got the window heat on low. APU's off. All that's good. Everything checks out up there. Let's fly through these clouds and get on our way. Yeah, I find this to be a really fun plane to fly, Colonel Fork. Oh, look at that. Wow. Holy shit. Did anybody else see that? That was really pretty, coming out of the clouds. And then just seeing the top of the clouds everywhere. Wow. Wow. Okay, what are we doing? We're climbing still. Let's go ahead and turn the speed up a little bit more. I can zoom in so I can see my speed indicator here. Set for 280. And I think we're good there. Oh, I did forget to arm the nose wheel steering, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Nose wheel steering apparently doesn't need armed because it doesn't function in the game, in the sim plane. You leave it off because of the pushback truck and not damaging the hydraulics for this nose wheel steering, but then you're supposed to arm it to be able to actually use the nose wheel steering to steer your plane in taxi. And I always forget. Oh, jeez. Fun. Can hear a little bit of that thunder in the background. Cool. Oh. Well, let's settle in for a nice flight. Somebody wake me up when we get to the top of descent. We're crossing over 18,000. I can go ahead and set my standard there, and over here. Everything is looking good up here. That looks good. Probably turn the displays down a little bit more on the brightness. Let's see, got everything good set here, there. Yeah, everything's looking good. Crossing 20,000 feet, I think I'll go ahead. We're above the storminess now. It looks like, yeah, winds are a little rough, maybe. I go ahead and turn the signs to auto. Ooh, hate trying to capture the switch with the scroll wheel to flip it. It's a little weird. Here we are, up and away. Let's set our outside camera real quick. Have a look around the airplane. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I don't care what anybody says, this game is gorgeous. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. How's everybody doing today? We are on our way to cruise altitude of 36,000 feet. We should get there momentarily. Should be a nice, easy, and eventful flight. We'll get you safely to the New Orleans and party there. Need more vodka. Oh, that's hilarious. Fix my charts up here. Get That'll that off. Center on the plane. Wait, is it? Huh. Oh, I see. This part is not to scale. I got you. I got you. Okay. I was looking at the chart and was like, why isn't my plane on the departure chart? Oh, part that I'm on is not to scale. It's off the chart. So, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get back inside and check where we are. 27,000 feet. Only 9,000 more to go. Climbing at a good rate. Everything looks good. Feels good. Cabin pressure's good. I don't know if there's anything I'm forgetting. I did learn a new way to do stuff on the RTU, like the DME hold number where you put in like the nav channel for like your departure, and then you want the DME for the airport or something, and you can put it on DME hold somehow. I saw that in that video that I'm watching to make the checklist off of. Don't know how necessary that is, but let's see here. We will chime. There we go, chime. I'll call the stewardess, or flight attendant, dang it. Flight attendant, and make sure to get them on that vodka for you, APOC. Let's see here. Do I want this display, this display, this display? Pop these displays out real quick and arrange them here. Sorry if the game kind of freezes up on you, but it does that whenever I'm trying to resize these pop-out windows that I do for the displays to put them on my other screens so that I can see them just a little bit better. Come on, get over there. I guess I could go ahead and pop out the other iCast that way. See all of that. Let's do that. That there. That underneath the main flight display, and then minimize this one. Put it over here. There. Now I have all my displays set. I can see where I'm going. Better. I guess. Still climbing, just over 31,000 feet. Should be, yep, there we go. Just switch to half bank mode. Fun, fun. Really need an in-flight movie. What's our estimated time on this? Actually, something I need to do down here. Change the information for this and this. I want that, and then I want that for that, yeah. That basically gives me the information that's on the progress page, but it gives it to me on the display so I don't have to look all the way down to see it. Kind of handy. I think it's showing we are on our way to what, MCB in 146 nautical miles, so that'll take us 17 minutes. The next one after that is about a minute out from there. And it's saying 40 minutes to arrive at the airport, which is 260 nautical miles out. So we'll get there at, it's saying 22:19 up there, but I don't think that's quite right. So how's your Saturdays going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you have the weekend off, I mean, some people have to work the weekend. I actually am working. I'm doing it right now. I've actually decided to try to make a life out of streaming. I'm tired of doing things that I don't enjoy. So, yeah. I like playing Flight Sim and playing various games. That's pretty much my life. So, yeah. My wife, I talked to her about it. She supports me in anything that I do. So that's good. 1,000 to go to cruising altitude. And I may have to throttle back a little bit. Maybe. Yeah, generally if I forget to throttle back, it pops the speed up over Mach 0.8. We don't want to get there faster than we have to, so... You guys are really quiet in there today. Alt's cap blinking, so it's trying to capture the set altitude, and it'll slowly start bringing the climb down as it climbs up there, which increases the speed. Once it stops blinking, that's when I start to bring the throttle back. Alt S, there we go. See if that'll hold there. There's like a little blue mark on the N1 gauge on the engine display. I think that's trying to tell you that that's where you should keep your throttle, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't gotten to the cruise part of that tutorial yet to make my checklist, so I still have a bit to go. It was taking too long, so I decided to just, fly today the way I know how. And not quite worry about the checklist entirely just yet. are we doing over here? Not a lot to see outside today. It's just the tops of clouds everywhere you look. I mean, sure, the clouds are kind of pretty, but you can see down below them in places, which is cool. I've been trying to fly the Piper Aero a little bit more. I don't have the turbo model yet. I've got the discount code for it though. So that's cool. So one of these days, hopefully I'll be able to, you know, make that purchase and get the turbo as well. But I'm thinking the Piper Aero might be a good one to do some practicing in for the VFR flights, for actually probably for the IFR flights too, for what's it called, the Wings Over New England program from the Boston RTAC on VATSIM. I'm trying to get into doing VATSIM again. It's been such a long time since I played Flight Sim, you know, before this time that I started. That, yeah. Oh. Bit tired. Got a bit of crosswind. Savannah Tasm. What's up, Raps? Hey, Raps. How's it going? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for that raid of 11 people. I love it. Thank you so much. That is very much appreciated. Thank you for coming in and bringing your crew with you. That's great. Amazing. You're awesome. I'm getting a Snapchat from somebody. You're playing Doom. Yeah, I saw you playing Doom earlier. How are you doing on Doom? Are you almost done with it yet? Or anything? I'm doing good. Thanks, Raps. Just flying my little planes all over the place. Let's hop outside for a moment. Check out those clouds. Shout out to Ghostly for the raid. Started the raid and gave the idea. Oh, nice. Thank you so much, Ghostly. I appreciate it. Woodcock! Thank you for the follow, Woodcock. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Alright, have a nice slurk, Raps. We'll see you when you get back. How are you doing, Woodcock? Thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Heart hands. Yeah, stream. It goes alright. Just trying to do a simple little flight here. I've been working on a complete checklist for this plane, but I haven't quite finished it yet, and I was getting a little tired of working on it. What I'm doing is watching a YouTube series of videos by a real CRJ pilot who's making videos about the sim airplane and going through all the steps that he would in the real airplane. And so I'm taking notes from that and writing my own checklist out. So it's kind of tedious. And I just wanted to get in the air again, so I decided to turn my stream on again today and do a little flight. Get out there. Tugok. I mean, to be honest, it looks like both. I just call him Matthew, but, you know, that sounds weird. But thank you for coming in, Woodcock. I appreciate you joining us here, and for that follow. Yeah, I do stream. I'm sorry you didn't know that. I've been trying to get back into it for like a couple of weeks now. I think I've been streaming again. And mostly I'm streaming this Microsoft Flight Simulator. Although I am looking at possibly streaming some of the New World game at some point here. Possibly tomorrow for like Relaxation Sunday or something. We're currently en route from Memphis, Tennessee to Louis Armstrong New Orleans International in New Orleans, obviously. We are just about to our top of descent. It's about 25-ish nautical miles away. So we're going to have to start getting set and prepped for that. We're going to set our altitude, which our altitude is right up here. The altitude I'm aiming for on descent is going to be 4,000. So I'm going to flip this knob all the way down to 4,000. Oops, too far. Too far. Come on. There we go. Oop, there. Perfect. 4,000. I'm not sure how this descent would work on VNAV, so I may actually just go to the speed mode and do a open descent, it's called. And I'm sitting on my feet again, even though I should have my feet down on the pedals. I actually have pedals underneath my desk here that activate like those pedals that are in the actual airplane to do the rudders and everything, and they do the brakes for the landing gear wheels whenever you're on the ground, stuff like that. I only got those for my birthday like a week ago yesterday, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the rudder pedals. It's quite nice. I think everything's good there. Watch our top of descent come up. I'm going to... should I arm the VNAV? I'll go ahead and arm the VNAV and see what it does. If it crosses top of descent... Oh, it's already starting to go down. Okay. Ah, well, we're close enough. Let's see if we can bring this thing into New Orleans. It's kind of weird that the approach doesn't have any, like, altitude or speed restrictions on it really. Well, it does have a one speed restriction, but it doesn't have any altitude restrictions like as you're descending down into New Orleans. This is kind of the boring part of the fight because, you know, while there's not much to look at out there right now with all the clouds, mostly whenever we start descent, I'm staring at the displays and seeing how far we have to go to, like the waypoints and stuff, how fast we're going, things of that nature. Just trying to keep an eye on the plane because this plane is a little different than most of the airliners I fly. Like I have a 737 on X-plane that I like to fly a lot. And then there's a Airbus A320 Neo in this game that I like to fly. And those will have auto throttle to where it automatically knows how to reduce the speed as you're coming into the airport. So it automatically will reduce the speed and it adjusts the throttle for you. You don't have to touch the throttle at all. This plane doesn't have the auto throttle. So you actually have to manually adjust the throttle to maintain speed while you're descending. You don't want to go too fast, so as you're descending you pull the throttle back to prevent it from going over speed, stuff like that. It takes a bit of work to get it used to, especially when you're on final approach coming into the runway. I have had some issues with that in the past. Like the plane will get way too slow, and I'm trying to learn to keep the throttle up enough that it won't be a big problem. Ever so slowly coming down, down. See if we can see anything out there. We cannot. Everything's covered in clouds. This is supposed to be live weather, but I'm not entirely sure how accurate it is because there's clouds like every frickin' where. Looks like our speed is handling everything pretty good. Path is good. I'm gonna need my approach chart. It looks like I'm just entering the star approach chart so I can see where I am. I'm gonna be going to Rayop, and after Rayop I'm going to be setting heading mode and heading off on a heading of about... See, normally the air traffic control at the airport would vector me from that waypoint to a certain heading probably, and then turn me in direct to a waypoint on the runway approach and turn me around into it, but there is no ATC that I'm using right now. So I have to vector myself in. It was a simple little flight. Just wanted to get something in today, flying wise, because I was a little bored and tired. But I really love flying these planes. It's a lot of fun, I think. I'm surprised the VNAV is actually working, but I mean, I don't know. Let's see, what heading would I turn out that way? What's the opposite of the runway heading? Runway heading is going to be 106. We want to turn on a downwind once we get close enough. So downwind would be opposite of 106, which would be, let's see, there's 90, 106 would be, it'd be 180 degrees opposite, which would be 86, 286. If that's even the direction the wind is still going. Actually, let me check the weather in New Orleans here real quick. Make sure that my chosen runway is still a good choice. Let's see, we have wind at 22. Oh wait, no, that's time. Wind is at 120, so yeah, runway 10 would be, or 11 would be the best option still. And it's a 6 knot wind from the heading of 120, 10 statute miles visibility. So the clouds should clear up by then, I guess. Few clouds at 2,500 feet, scattered clouds at 9,500 feet, scattered at 17,000 feet, and overcast at 25,000 feet. Temperature in New Orleans is 27 degrees Celsius, and our altimeter is looking like 3,000 exactly, 3000. Fun, fun. I can never remember what the remark section of the METAR means. AO2, SLP 162. Yeah, I don't remember that stuff. I might have to read the METAR section of the FAA manual again. Going down to Zidco. Still no altitude restrictions here. And we want to start slowing down by the rhythm, which might be the one after the next one, I think. So that's cool. Be going down through the clouds, yay! Don't really have to worry about seeing much though, because we are flying by instrument. The instruments know where we are, so I mean, as long as they're right, we don't have anything to worry about. Look at these clouds we're passing right into. Ooh. I hope the wind isn't too bad from there. It's a very light wind. As long as they're right. They should be right. I mean, it's a simulator. They're pretty much always right. Ice? Pfft. Since when do we have ice on a plane? Once we get through the clouds, the ice will be fine. We'll watch that for the ice display message to disappear. And once that's done, we can turn off the anti-ice system again. There's basically these little, let me go outside the plane again, zoom in a little bit. Oops, too far. This right here is a little ice detector, and there's one on each side. It's got a little device in there that can detect if there's ice forming on the airplane, and it lets you know on display so you can turn on the anti-ice. Coming down to 18,000 feet, I should probably turn these switches back on. That'll be good. Don't need to change any of that just yet. We're going to need to change our altimeter settings to the 3000. Change it here. Change it there. I think I got that right. And change it over here. There we go. All set up for that. Set our heading for my downwind. If I can get this thing in the right place so I can see it. We'll put it there. 286 to go the opposite heading of the runway. Be a nice little downwind. Once we get stable on our altitude at 4,000 feet when we get down there, which I need to slow down a little more. The plane is starting to speed up a little too much, and we're getting low enough that I need to start turning the airspeed down. A little bit of spoilers out, which the spoilers are just these tiny little flaps right here. Barely stick up at all, but those slow the plane down. And it appears to be doing a fine job of it. Turn the throttle back up just a little bit. We don't want to get too slow. But we are going to start slowing down for our approach. We're starting to see some land here. We're flying over the New Orleans Bay, whatever it's called, lake just north of New Orleans. The airport will be just in front of us here, kind of slightly off to the right. And we're going to turn and fly off that way, and then turn around and come back in. We'll be perfectly fine, I promise. And turn down the range on this a little bit. We are good to the next waypoint, and then I've got the heading set. So when it hits the waypoint, I'll hit the heading button to go off that way. And knowing my luck, just as I'm turning on to final, I'll probably get another raid and be trying to manage the raid and the landing at the same time again. That's what happened when I came into Memphis. Coming down nice and slow. Don't know if I can see the airport just yet. It looks like there's some cloud cover. Not very much cloud cover though, so not too bad. We got under the major clouds, so that's good. Look at all that beautiful water. Okay, that looks like it's pretty good. Go ahead and hit heading mode. The plane will start turning off on our heading here. I'll turn and fly this way for a little bit. And then I'll vector back into the Voodoo waypoint on the approach. Just got the localizer received. We'll probably lose that again on the downwind because we'll go out a little ways until we capture the altitude that I want for the approach, which is going to be 4,000 to start and then down to 2,000. So once we get to 4,000, altitude hold set for 2,000, and then once we pass the waypoint, we'll set for 2,000 VNAV to go down to capture the glide slope, hopefully. Hopefully it'll work. It hasn't failed me yet. VA landing speeds. And we're getting too slow now. Way too slow. I was not watching the speed as usual. Go ahead and turn this up just a little bit. And since we're on downwind, I'm going to turn out 3 little notches of flaps to set for landing prep. And then some more throttle. Hot toga power. It'll drop some speed and then it'll start going down. It'll be fine. Okay. And set for 180-ish. And they need to be coming down a little bit faster. Speed's not doing anything either. Oh yeah, I forgot. Just now saw the message that the ice is good, so we can turn those back off. Looks like we're almost to our vector endpoint, but we're still really high. I'm gonna get right beside this waypoint on the display here, Voodoo waypoint, and then we'll make a turn and come back around to it. We're at about 10,000, so I can go ahead and turn the landing lights on. Flaps are good. A little more throttle. Not coming down very fast. Should scrub off some speed when we make the turn, though. Alrighty. Let's go direct, voodoo, execute, and back into nav mode. That'll turn us back onto course for the approach waypoints. Go ahead and arm the thrust reversers now, get that out of the way. That's all good, that's good. Don't have to turn anything there. We got the lights on, all the seat belts are on and everything. So we should be pretty good. Trying to push the plane down a little quicker, but it's having some difficulties. There we go. That should help. And like I suspected, we did lose the localizer for now, but once we turn back towards the airport, we should capture it again. Let me reduce my range a little bit more. Are looking pretty good here. Should be able to see the airport. Yeah, it's way out here. There's one of the lights for the airport we can see. Yes, Ghostly, we are descending into the airport right now. Trying to, anyways. I mean, we should be good. I'm just trying to get to the right altitude and get everything set up right. Oops, I just noticed that needs to be up one more. There we go. Once we get to the right altitude, I can slow down a little bit more, throw out a little bit more flaps. Well, they're free for you since you just have to sit on Twitch and watch. That's pretty much it. Gonna turn into the approach now. Good, good. Go back to VNav and set for 2000. Which is our glide slope capture. And hopefully that should do it. Ooh, some lightning over there. Cool. Put your seatbelts on. We are descending and enjoy your flight with KMSY Airlines. Thank you, Ghostly, making sure everybody's nice and safely secured in their seats. I appreciate that very much. Looks like there's a bit of a crosswind right now. The wind must have changed since I got the weather report. That's not fun. But it is still only 6 knots, so that's not terrible for a crosswind. And there it's stopping us at 4,000 because the next waypoint is 4,000. Once we pass the next waypoint, it should start descending again. And about then, I should be able to arm like approach flaps and all that sort of thing. It looks like we're doing good on speed, maybe a little bit more power to keep our speed up. So that's the big problem I have with this plane, is controlling the speed on approach. It's very, very finicky. Should be getting our next descent here soon. Bunch of changes from turtle to mud bug. There we go. Yeah, going down. We're on the localizer. We have glide slope. I think we're good to arm the approach. Good, good, good. Let's turn down the speed a little bit more. Throw out one more notch of flaps. Yes, I know. I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down. That's the overspeed warning. It's just because we were already at the speed for where we were before, but we're good. We're good. No big deal. If you go over speed for too long, it can be a problem, but we're fine. Slow it down a little bit more. We're going to flip our nav source over to localizer. We got 11 nautical miles to go, and we're slowly on the descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Feet on the pedals, hand on the stick. A little bit more throttle. It is starting to slow down just a bit too much. Okay, got about 10 miles to go. Looks like we're on the glide path. Oh, damn, nav went off for some reason. That is weird. I was like, why am I not on the right line there? You can see a little bit this line on there was slightly off to the right. It's because that nav light went off. I don't know when it went off, but yeah, it wasn't supposed to. Ooh, a little bit slow, a little bit more speed. Those are off. Should Be good to put the landing gear down. A little bit more power. You're getting way too slow here. That should be good. Okay. This is where I'm going to take over for the autopilot and bring it on in. Need to come down a little bit more and throttle back. Throw the spoilers out a little bit. Get us slowed down good. Bring it in nice and easy. We're a little high, but that's okay. Should be perfectly fine. Gentle 10-knot wind out of the south. Isn't too bad. There's New Orleans off in the distance. You can see the lake off there to the right. Just look at the lake. We'll be fine.
Sink rate.
Oh, shut up.
Sink rate.
I always get that warning for some reason.
400. Sink rate.
For fuck's sake, I'm not sinking. We're
Sink
gliding
rate.
right into the airport. How am I sinking?
200. Sink rate. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reversers out. And slow down. And we're good. And we're on the ground. Congratulations, welcome to New Orleans. Huzzah! That was a pretty good landing, actually. Felt good to me anyways. Gonna get off the runway here. I can turn off my left and right landing lights.
Please remain seated until the
And
aircraft has come to a
can
complete
start
stop.
opening up and starting the APU. We'll taxi down this way to the terminal. There's actually a terminal on both sides. I'm not sure which one's which because it doesn't have any details about, you know, the terminals on the charts or anything. So I'm just going to go down this taxiway here and we'll take the main one up here. Turn off the flight director, put that back up. I can disarm the reversers, put the flaps up. We got the APU started up. Everything's good there. Awesome. That was a pretty great landing, if I do say so myself. Welcome to New Orleans. Be sure to get your celebration Mardi Gras beads. And I've got the hiccups. Do not see any lines for parking spaces at this terminal, which is a little unusual. I thought I had a scenery for this terminal. Ah, here's one. Okay. Very good, very good. So I can turn that off, that off. And yay, we have arrived. Set the parking brake. APU is on, so I can go ahead and turn the engines off, I believe. As the engines pull down, I'll go ahead and turn the beacon light off, turn the seatbelt lights off, and the emergency exit lights, those are all off, that's all off, and we can open the doors for the passengers to get the fuck out of my airplane. And put in the chocks.
The door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal
Hooray!
items and carry-on
We're
luggage.
there. Did you guys see the landing? Or did it start freezing up on you? Because I do see some drop frames on my OBS. Let's see. Get the terminal thingy over here. Jetway. Come on, connect to my plane. Connect to it. You know you want to. Seems a little high, but okay. It's gonna come right through the window right there. Yeah, maybe not. Close enough. Oh, I did forget to put down the stair thingy there. Come on. There. That's better. Well, that was a nice short little flight. It was fun. I wondered where I was going to go today. Wasn't quite sure. Just decided to do something quick and easy and little, and here we are in wonderful New Orleans. Let me get my drone camera out. Bit of a twist there. I don't know. Maybe I do have a scenery for this. I don't know if the terminal normally looks like this. I'm pretty sure I downloaded a scenery off of Flight Sim TO for this. There's New Orleans off in the distance. And thunder in the sky. Thunder rolls. And people are getting off of my plane. Fun, fun. Let's shut the thing down. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Again. Back into cockpit here. Let's see. Yeah, I know. It's because we're shutting things down. You know that. I can turn off the IRSs. I can turn that to standby. Turn that off. Turn that, and that, and that. I could turn the lights off, but I'm not going to. What else do I have? I got APU I can shut off. And fuel pumps, and this, and that, and that. I should have shut these off earlier, but it's all good. Don't need that light. No smoking can go off. Nav light can go off, and battery power off, and that'll end our flight. Well, that was a fun little flight. Let's look over here in my software that I have that tracks flights and see what it says my landing rate was. I hope it was good. It felt pretty good to me, but I don't know. Wow. This says I got negative 16 feet per minute, which negative means we were going down. So 16 feet per minute sounds really freaking awesome. that's an amazing landing rate, really, I think. A pretty good landing for being like so far out when I turned off the disconnect, autopilot disconnect. I do need to practice on this plane a little more, I feel like, to try to get used to that throttle control on the approach is really important, and that's something I'm going to have to work on a lot. But yeah, shoot, it says 15.54 feet per minute, and the landing G-force was 1.23, which is a little bit over 1, but not terribly bad. I don't think it's a good thing to have like too much under 1 G-force. I think 1 G-force is about right. Damn it, I just remembered what I forgot. I have the software on my computer for recording flights and then replaying them, and I forgot to turn on the record as we were coming in for the approach, so I could go back and watch my landing again. Darn it. Oh well, I'll have to try to remember that next time. Anyways, thank you all for coming in today. I think this is the only flight I'm going to do tonight. I got to eat something, get something in my belly right now. I might come back a little bit later tonight with some New World maybe, or another flight. Who knows? Possibly. I know I'll be back on tomorrow with some New World probably for Sunday. I'm planning on starting a stream a little bit earlier in the afternoon, around noon my time, which is currently what time is it now? Shit. It's currently 6 o'clock my time, so approximately 18 hours from now, approximately, is when I plan on starting a stream tomorrow. Definitely going to play some New World probably to start, and then we might have a late afternoon flight, possibly. We'll see. I do have to do some more practice and get used to like the VATSIM network, so that should be fun. But yeah, let me go see who we've got streaming right now that I can raid, send you all over to, see what wonderful people we have. I've got my laptop up here, so I can just pull it up over here. I know my sister's not on today because she's went to a concert. Who is on? Got them. There's them. Could do them. Okay, let's see. Gosh, I'm not sure who to go to see. There's so many good choices, actually. Let's go over here. How about that? Gonna raid. Dang it. Do you want to watch some air traffic control? There's a gentleman named Sheed on. He was at Flight Sim Expo last weekend. And yeah, he does air traffic control on VATSIM, usually out of Boston Center. And he's on right now doing that. Boston Center is actually where I'm doing the Wings Over New England program, trying to learn more about the ATC communications and getting the nerve up to actually communicate with ATC. So they could be a good person to go and raid since they're essentially doing the same thing we were doing. Let me get this off here and off here. Come on. There we go. And I will send you over that way. Just give me one moment. Zuki, you just came in at the wrong time. Sorry to see you right at the end of the stream, but thank you for coming in. I'm just getting set up for a raid. Go see another person who streams Flight Sim. He's right now streaming some air traffic controlling. So that should be fun. We're gonna go over to him and say hello. Be sure to have a wonderful night. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you for the follows, Woodcock and others. Who else was followed tonight? Raps came in with a raid. Colonel Fork followed. I appreciate you all so much. It's great to have you here. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. You know, it's been fun. But anyways, I'm gonna send you over to Sheed. Have a good time watching him control. It's really interesting to see how he handles all the airplanes coming in and out of Boston Center, and handing them over to the other controllers and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go say hello. See you later.